Welcome to the Raven Space on YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space News, where we talk about Baltimore Ravens news 3 days a week. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. We have some great topics for you guys. Please subscribe to the Raven Space on YouTube for the best Baltimore Ravens content on the internet. Also, please guys, share this video. It really helps us out a whole lot. Share this video, like this video, and comment below. Now we'll see what the topics for today. We're going to talk about some potential cap casualties. We're going to do a contract review for Joe Flacco and just see where he is now with the rest of the league. We're going to do an update on Marlin Humphrey's situation. And then we're going to do my favorite parts of the show, the mailbag, and the question of the day. This is the way that you guys can interact with us here at the Raven Space. So we're going to go to the first topic of the day, where we review two potential cap casualties for the Ravens this offseason. And I picked the cap casualties, one, that will save the Ravens the most cap, and two, which ones are the most likely, right? Because you could give us some other people, but it's not likely for them to go. So I'm sure you guys can tell, number one, Brandon Carr. Brandon Carr is a potential cap casualty for one reason and one reason only. His name is Marlin Humphrey. Humphrey came on strong, super strong, his rookie season, and because of that, you know, not only did he play better than Brandon Carr, he played better than Jimmy Smith. And so, in the two full games that I saw, the two, three, four. Sorry, I'm trying to be clear to you guys. Not as a whole, right? Of course, he only played 3 snaps early in the season, but the last game, especially the games where Jimmy was out and he was in, I thought that he outperformed Jimmy in his man-to-man defense. Now, Jimmy, again, great zone cornerback, and a lot of his interceptions came on zone when he was looking at the quarterback. But man-to-man coverage, Marlin outshined him, I thought, especially against the Steelers. When I see, you know, Antonio Brown and the Steelers against Jimmy, the way that he played the Steelers was awesome. So, but basically, because of his great play, we're going to see Brandon Carr possibly get called into question. Now, does Brandon Carr deserve this? I don't really think so. I thought he played great, but it's a chance. The next one is Jeremy Maclin. Now, a lot of you guys have been saying this. You guys were on this one before I was. Jeremy Maclin, if he's released, can save the Ravens $5 million in cap space. I mean, that's a lot. $5 million in cap space, you get rid of Jeremy Maclin, you can go get a new version of Jeremy Maclin. There's a lot of receivers here who play the slot and who aren't injured that you can go try to get with combined cap space, add $5 million to that. You have a chance. The thing about Maclin is that I know he still can catch the ball. The issue is, can he get open? The issue is, can he stay healthy? And the issue is, can he make plays down the field? And right now, I don't know about any of those. And so I would say you tried it out. He didn't help you out. Go ahead and cut him if you really feel like you need that space. The thing is, I don't think Mike Wallace will be back this season. So if you cut Wallace and then you cut Maclin, well, you know, what's happening here, right? Who's the receivers? You're gonna trust Perriman, and Campanero and Moore. You're gonna trust Joe Flacco, who showed that he couldn't achieve with better receivers. I don't know what you do there, but those are the two that I think have the highest potential to be cut. You have others like Danny Woodhead, but he only saved you $1 million. Ladarius Webb only saved you $1 million. So, but those are other potential casualties. So now we're gonna move to the second topic. And this topic is about Joe Flacco and how he has dropped to the 7th highest paid player in the NFL. And there are several players now, several as in 7, who make more money than Mr. Flacco. And I don't want to say that this was a great job by Ozzie to make this happen, honestly, because Ozzie didn't have a choice, right? Now it looks good now because now you can see Joe Flacco's value is dropping, right? He was the highest paid, but in less than 2 years, this is before Kirk Cousins' contract. Kirk Cousins is going to be the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. I don't think he'll get more money than Jimmy Garoppolo just did to become the highest paid, but he'll be the second highest paid. And if Tom Brady has anything to say about it, he'll be one of the highest paid as well. So I think Joe might, by the end of this year, he might be the 11th, 10th highest paid quarterback in the league. So again, Alex Smith, that could happen as well. But I'm going to read you guys the names of the quarterbacks or players, but mostly the only quarterbacks that are have a higher salary on a year-to-year basis than Joe Flacco. So number 1, Jimmy Garoppolo. Number 2, Matthew Stafford. Number 3, Derek Carr. Number 4, Andrew Luck. Number 5, Drew Brees. Oh, and number 6, Alex Smith. So he's number 7. I guarantee Kirk Cousins will push him down to number 8. And Tom Brady, reports say that he's looking for a new contract to match Garoppolo's. So then Joe Flacco by the end of this year will be number 9. And again, that's not counting any people getting re-signed or all that other good stuff happening. So I honestly think that it looks like it wasn't that bad of a deal now that we're looking at it. But at the time, I wasn't concerned, but everyone else was, because again, when you win the Super Bowl, you got to pay them. These other quarterbacks don't have a Super Bowl, and I mean Jimmy Garoppolo, dang, only got 7 starts, right? So it's potential. In Joe Flacco's case, he was paid for actually achieving results, and because of that, you'll see that he'll drop down. I don't think he'll ever get a big payday again, because I don't think he's as good as he was in that Super Bowl year ever since that Super Bowl run. So but he's not the highest paid anymore. He's number 7th, and I really do think he'll be number 9th by the time this year is all said and done. And now we're going to go to the third topic, and it's about Marlin Humphrey, and some news about him and get a little update. So Marlin Humphrey's hearing was set for March 1st, and if you guys don't know what happened to Marlin, he grabbed the charger, because it's, stole would mean he did it. I don't know. Well, he did it, but we don't know if he did it on purpose. So he grabbed the charger from an Uber, thought it was his charger. It was the Uber's charger. So now he's being charged for second-degree theft or something like that. Again, Humphrey, I think it was an honest mistake. Not a stupid kid. Again, very smart guy. I don't think he really did it on purpose. But his hearing is on March 1st. A funny thing that came out of this, and one of the reasons that I want to talk about it, is that a fan sent Marlon Humphrey a charger in the mail. And it's hilarious. And it's not just one charger. It's like a charger and several different inputs, right? So there's a Apple charger in there. There was a Android charger, a Mac charger. It was funny. But a fan just randomly sent it to him. So again, that's funny. I don't think he did it on purpose. I don't think there will be anything. It's a $15 charger, right? I mean, $15. I don't even know what the limit is for something to be so insignificant that you shouldn't go to court for it. It's just like if I stole $1 from somebody, do I got to go to court for that? You're a millionaire, get a kid $1 back, right? I mean, whatever. I'm not a judge, so forget what I say. But he'll be fine. It's a $15 charger. It'll be all okay in Baltimore, so do not worry. Now we're going to go to the mailbag question of the day. My favorite part of the show is sponsored by the Raven Space Patreon and our patrons. If you're a Patreon member, please remember to go to the Patreon sites and give us your questions for the Patreon mailbag on Saturday. Exclusively your questions. And also, please go vote for the next topic for our feature. And now, the question comes from Ravens Nation 24/7, 365. And they asked, what about us trying to retain Ryan Jensen? Thank you so much for this question, because I talked about it a little bit before, but I think I need to elaborate on it a little bit more, because I think he is one of the biggest, and I would say the biggest free agent that the Ravens have. The Ravens have a couple now. They have Ryan Jensen. They have Mike Wallace. You know, they have Campanero. Those other people are cute, and you know, Mike Wallace more than cute. Mike Wallace was a very big piece last year of a team that, though struggled on offense, did get better later in the season because of Mike Wallace's big playability. And so I would say that if Mike Wallace would take less money, he'll come back. The thing about Ryan Jensen is that not only did we as Ravens fans see him grow, other teams in the league saw him grow, and it's becoming very obvious that the winning formula in the NFL is coming back around to offensive line play. So again, we always knew that. We always knew that offensive line play was the most important thing. But with the rise of the quarterback, the rise of the receivers, you know, people did get away from that. You saw teams like the Rams, for example, under Jeff Fisher, not under Sean McVay, but the Rams would try to get a quarterback, get Todd Gurley, get these receiving pieces, and never address the offensive line. You see a team like the Bengals do the same thing. They had two good running backs. They drafted another good running back. They had a good receiving core. They drafted another receiver. They let 2-3 of their offensive linemen go, and they thought everything was going to be okay. But good teams, teams that are competing every year, teams like the Vikings, who have been good for a while now, you know, especially the offensive line. The Eagles, who only won because how good their offensive line, you know, was. That's why they won the Super Bowl, because literally Nick Foles did not get touched. And stuff like that. Of course, we know about the Cowboys. The Jaguars this year had a great offensive line. The Saints, great offensive line, right? Those teams are the teams that are winning. Teams that are losing are teams like, you know, the Ravens, who have a good offensive line on paper. People get injured. You have to fill things in and this and that. Teams that are losing are teams like the, you know, Bengals, who just say F offensive line for some reason. So Ryan Jensen is going to be a big piece. The Ravens will sign him back. It will be a competitive offer. I think other teams will be trying to get him, but I do think that he likes the Ravens. The hard-nosed mentality that he has fits the culture of the Ravens. I think he likes that, so I think he will be back. And I do think that he might even turn down a contract that's higher paying. Now, let's not get crazy. If a team offers him $10 million and the Ravens offer him $7 million, he's going to get $10 million. But if a team offers him $9 million and the Ravens offer him $8 million, I think there's a good chance he'll be in Baltimore next season. Now we're going to go to the comment of the day. And here I picked the best, well, not the best comment, but the comment I think reflects the Ravens fans and the people who watch this show. And Jacob Carter asked, "Hey bro, can you turn down the swipe effect? Scares the ish out of me every time. Love the channel." Thank you so much. When you say the swipe effect, I think you mean when the subscribe pops up. Because there's two swipe effects that happen. And this is an example of me taking you guys' advice here. So there's the swipe effect that happens when you subscribe, and there's the swipe effect that happens when you transition. So swipe, we saw that right there. That's a swipe effect. But I think you mean the one which I know is louder, which is the subscribe one. So I will turn that down for you guys. And if you listen and you see that's turned down, comment below in the comment section. Also, send your questions in, send your comments in. We can do this again on Monday. I'll be back ready to talk about Baltimore Ravens news with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to Ravens Space on YouTube for the best Baltimore Ravens content on the internet. Have a happy Friday and go Ravens.